So today we're going to repair a dent in a metal security gate that we have. We have our metal fabricator who's going to be here, who's going to do an in the field adjustment to this gate. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to start by marking where the old piece is going to be cut out and the new piece is going to be inserted. It's just to get a good basic idea, because the next thing off of these marks is we're going to cut the section out using a grinder cutoff wheel in order to get the broken piece out, because of course we don't want to replace the whole thing. On the new piece, we got to end up making sure that it's squared off. You know, when you're cutting and replacing, especially when you're extracting an old piece from an existing gate, you need to make sure that your cuts are level and everything's as square as possible. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to grind the gate to give it a good place to weld the new piece in. So you need to really have bare metal for the weld to bind the two pieces together. And by two pieces, we mean new steel piece with an old steel piece. Once the piece cut to length, you know, obviously we want to check it. So we're just going to put it in there, make sure that it's somewhat close. We like how it sits. We like the length. We like the feel of it. Next, we're going to use our portable generator, and we're going to use the power welder to tack it in place. When you're doing this and you're tacking anything in place, especially using any type of welder, you know, clamp it down, make sure it's safe, make sure nothing can shift. You also, like I said earlier, want to make sure that it's square as you're tack welding it into place. Once it's tacked into place, the final welding is going to occur. So that's going to be welding all the way around, sealing it so there's no water intrusion. That'll elongate the life of the new piece, as well as eliminate any excessive rusting on the joint or the spliced area. After the welding's completed, I mean, really one of the final steps is we need to smooth it out. You know, those tack welds can bulge just a little bit, especially with the welding beads and the surrounding weld on the splice. So you just want to grind it. Again, it looks really good. You want it to be aesthetically pleasing, and then you don't want it to be sharp in any way. Other than that, final step is going to be painting. So we've got our welded pieces in. Basically, we're just going to temporarily spray it down with a metal paint, an exterior paint. This is a glossy enamel. Basically, we're just going to protect it until we can paint the whole gate, which you'll see in another Dylan Does It Right video. But we are going to be painting this whole beautiful gate dark black color here pretty soon. So pretty easy, depending on the size of the gate. You know, you can get this stuff at Home Depot, at Lowe's. You know, it depends on how long you want it to last. We're going to use a lot stronger paint after this, but this will kind of get the job done for now. So we're going to paint this up. Now, another thing to remember too, you know, again, this is just temporary. We've got lots of moss and some debris on here, so we're going to be sandblasting this, or we're either going to be sanding it or pressure washing all of this off. Probably because of the age of the gate, we might use a little sanding pad just to get a little grit on there when we paint it, so that paint actually adheres really, really well. And you can kind of see some rust marks, so we're going to grind that off or sand that off a little bit. But this will look beautiful in the next video when we get it all done.